not on. There we go. Good morning and welcome to Vision. I'm so glad you're all chosen to be with us here this morning. And for those of you joining us online, I'm so glad that you're here. Lots of different kinds of celebrations happening this weekend, but we're going to stand together and just celebrate being together today.
Everybody this morning. Great, you were looking vibrant, dynamic. I know that one. Love to you all. Happy 3-day weekend. Happy Pride Month. It is San Diego Pride Month. You'll notice our pride flags are still up, so we're just going to continue on celebrating because it is San Diego Pride Month, so happy that. What else can I tell you? I know that everybody's going to be celebrating this weekend, right, with your hamburgers and hot dogs. Other of us will be busy burning down the patriarchy. Yay, you with me? Thank you very much. Before we get into any of that, and there'll be more of that, let's pray. We know that we have to go to that higher place. We know we go to the place where there is one. There is one, and God is cause. There is only Spirit. There is only one. There is only love. And we know that love is the connection between all souls everywhere. We know that there is this one life. It is God's. It is whole and perfect and complete. Just breathing that in, I know that as we sit across from each other, we see that. We see God. We see God as each other. We see God as all life everywhere. We know that Spirit is both immanent and transcendent. So it is in and as and through everything. So I know that right here, right now, it is all God. And giving great thanks for this, I simply let it be. And so it is. We are here together to celebrate life, to celebrate each other, to celebrate our oneness. This is what Ernest Holmes taught us, that there is one life, right? That it is whole, perfect, and complete, and it is the life that's expressing through us. It's like we're borrowing it, you know? It's the life that's expressing through us. There's only one thing happening here, and that is the expression of Spirit through and as us in the world. So just sort of resonate in that. We have practitioners here. These are people who have gone to school for years in the art of compassionate listening and the science of healing prayer. And they are here to do the work with us and for us all the time. So practitioners, raise your hands or stand up or let everybody know where you are. These are the people. These are the people. These are the ones to go to after our celebration this morning and say, hey, I'd love prayer. I would love prayer. There's a prayer request form in your bulletin. You came in, there's a little buff piece of paper. Fill it out. Put your phone number on it if you'd like a phone call. And just know that the practitioners pray on this every day, every week, every month, every year. We pray. That's what we do. Because we know prayer changes things. Prayer changes our lives. Prayer changes the lives of the people we pray on behalf of. Prayer changes everything. Right? Okay, let's say that. Prayer changes things. Prayer changes things. Okay, good. Know that. So that you can put the prayer request in. You can meet one-on-one with a practitioner after celebration this morning in one of our little prayer rooms. You can go online. I know you can put prayer requests if you're not here, like during the week. You can submit one online, all kinds of things. We have a phone number. You can call a phone number, leave a prayer on the prayer line. Have I covered all of it? I think so. That's it. I mean, smoke signals. Here's the thing. This is what we do. We pray. We have no other reason for being. Ernest Holmes said, we pray, we teach, we pray. That's what we do. So we have no other reason for being. So please write your prayers down, call your prayers in, sit with a practitioner. Absolutely allow prayer to transform your life because that's what it'll do. What else am I here to tell you? I'm going to tell you about our welcome packet. It's right here. I'm so glad. They set me up perfectly, don't they? This is our welcome packet. You will see it on the guest table, the welcome table out in the front. In the back, we have them also. Take one home with you. Go through it. Read all about it. It's all about Centers for Spiritual Living Worldwide. This is the group that we're affiliated with. They've had a change of names over the years, several actually, but where Centers for Spiritual Living used to be United Church of Religious Science, used to be Centers of Religious Science, it used to be all sorts of different names. We have evolved, and that's what we're supposed to do, right? Evolve. So grab one of these packets, tells you all about who we are as a spiritual community, tells you about Ernest Holmes, and his philosophy that really never changed. He said there is a power in the universe greater than we are, and we can use it. And I would add to that, and it can use us as well to evolve us and to change us and to grow us. So grab a guest packet. There's a lovely saying on the front. We're going to say it together right now to remind ourselves, and we're going to say it for each other. You ready? You with me? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe, and you are loved. Just so feel that and let that resonate with you. You folks at home, our Vision community at large, know that this is the truth for you too. We look forward to seeing you in the sanctuary soon. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you? Oh, I know. Because this is San Diego Pride Month, I wanted to do really very much what we did during Women's History Month and Black History Month, is I wanted to just highlight a person in history every week this month. So I'm going to talk to you just for a moment about Alan Turing, because he was an important figure in history. Alan ended his own life on the 7th of June, 1954. He laced an apple with cyanide, and he bit into it. He did this because the British government chemically castrated him, humiliated him, and prosecuted him for the crime of being gay. Alan is the reason why there is a chunk bitten out of the Apple logo, in case you were wondering. That is in honor of Alan Turing. So, what did Alan Turing do? Well, he invented computer science. And using his first designs, he decrypted the Enigma code, the machine-based encryption that the Nazis and the German military used to communicate secret commands to each other in World War II. And he both saved millions of lives because of that, and he brought us into the modern age of computing. We have a lot of gratitude for Alan. Now, I wanted to share that with you because I wanted you to know, especially, Pride Month is not about dancing on floats in gold hot pants, but that is also an addition.
It's a lot of fun.
It's not about flying the rainbow flag, but it is about remembering everyone has the right to be happy. Everyone has the right to love who they love and to recognize the outstanding contribution that everyone can make to a society that is free, open, equal, and with equity. Thank you. I'm going to turn it over to our wonderful celebration singers who are going to sing our centering song to prepare us for meditation.
Good morning. My name is Paul Hemmerling. I'm one of the licensed practitioners here at Vision, and now is our time for meditation and contemplation. We'll have some quotes, the chime will ring, we'll enter a period of silence. TK will keep track of the time for us, he'll bring us out of meditation, and we'll move directly into our time of community prayer. I invite you to get comfortable in your seats, close your eyes if that works for you, unless you're home and driving. And please take these quotes with you into the silence. You are never alone. You are eternally connected with everyone. Amit Ray. And from our founder, Ernest Holmes. We arrive at the conclusion that God as Spirit is conscious life. This is the inner meaning of the teachings of the I Am. The memorial candle is burning today for Golden Thorpe, the aunt of Vision's founding member Ron Young, who made her transition this past week. We know the truth of all life is ever expanding, ongoing, and eternal. So we know that as she has moved further along the path and rounded the bend beyond our sight, the truth exists that she has entered a next level of her experience. And we have the human reaction, the human response. But behind that sadness, we know that she continues to dance and sing in the light of the ever-expanding truth of her own being. And so we know peace for the family. Simply allow this situation to find its balance within this experience of life. And staying grounded in the silence, in the moment, I know the truth that God is all there is. There is one life, one energy, one truth, one experience, one being, one unified field of self-aware energy, knowing of itself everywhere, whole, perfect, and complete, denying itself nothing. I raise my fear above these conditions that surround me. I release my anger. I sacrifice my anger and fear on the altar of the I Am, knowing that the power and presence of Spirit is greater than any condition around me. So touching that eternal, internal presence, the love, the joy, the wisdom, the freedom, the peace, the harmony, the creativity, the infinite love. I know that Spirit is right here in this moment, right here in this breath, right here in this opportunity to prove these principles, to turn this mind around, to change this thought. And grounded in living the truth of the I Am, I express and experience abundance, prosperity, opportunity, friendships, love, health, joy, peace, harmony. The infinite good of Spirit is everywhere, knowing only of itself. So any condition which has arisen in my life, which causes concern, I know is the illusion. I have been hypnotized by the condition. I release it, knowing the I Am that I am is greater than any shadow of a condition. Breathing, 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 the I Am that I am. My mind touches every place in my life and finds transformation. The flowers bloom, the clouds part, the smile returns. The joy, the peace, the power, the presence of Spirit is the only activity in this life. And I say yes to that. So allowing that power, that presence, that truth to be the only action in my actions, I transform this life. With absolute gratitude for truth revealed, for the opportunity to change, to see it and do it differently. I give great thanks for this room, for this music, for this talk, for Reverend Patti as that perfect vessel of Spirit's message, for the amazing hospitality, for the volunteers, for the sunshine, for the power of the internet and the expanding Vision community online, for all of the good, a blessing and a joy that is this breath, this moment, this thought. And so I release this word into the law, knowing Spirit has already said yes to all the good, all the joy, all the abundance, prosperity, health, peace, love, tranquility, and opportunity. Life is a blessing right here, right now, and so it is.
Our soloist today is prepared to take our deep meditation and work with it. Please welcome Ria Carey.
Be afraid. I can wash out 44 pair of socks and have them hanging on a line. Starch and iron 24 shirts, you can count from 1 to 9. Scoop a great big dipper full of lard from a dripping can. Throw it in a skillet, go out to my shop and be back for it melts in the pan. 'Cause we are woman, W-O-M-A-N. Let's say it again. I can rub and scrub this little church till it's shining like a dime. Feed a baby, grease my car, powder my nose at the same time. Get dressed up, sing with Mark till 4 a.m. and then I'll lay down at 5, I'll jump up at 6 and I'll do it all over again. 'Cause I'm a woman, W-O-M-A-N. And we'll say it again. You come to me sickly, you know I will make you well. If you come to us hexed up, Reverend Patti will break that spell. If you come to me hungry, baby, I'll fill you full of grits. If you're loving your lack in this church, will hug you and give you the shivering fits. 'Cause I'm a woman, W-O-M-A-N. Let's say it again. 'Cause I'm a woman, W-O-M-A-N, and I'm backed up by this band. Whoa! A dollar bill from here to kingdom come. Play the numbers, pay my bills, and I will still end up with some. Get a $20 gold piece, says there ain't nothing I can do. I can make a dress out of a feedback, a believer out of you. 'Cause I'm a woman, W-O-M-A-N. Let's say it again. Ladies, stand up. We are women. W-O-M-A-N. I'll say it again. 'Cause I'm a woman. Oh yes, I'm a woman. 'Cause I'm a woman. W-O-M-A-N. But I gotta say, in Vision, we're backed up by great men.
Yay! I just love it. Here we are in July. We have a new theme in July. In July's theme, Living Everyday Wonder, relationships. So, I was thinking about that. Got me thinking about relationships. And the most important relationship we have is the one we have with the self. Right? It's the one we have with the self. The most important one that we start off with, right? And so today's talk is me, myself, and I am. Me, myself, and I am. The relationship with the self is most important because this is how we view everything. isn't it? Everything comes from within us. It is important because it informs us about the rest of the world. Everything we see, everything we feel, everything we believe, everything we understand comes through us from within. It colors everything. It clarifies. It interprets everything that's happening to us. And so it's really important that we know what we believe, that we understand where we come from, that we get all of those ideas in front of us so that we can examine them, right? We have to know that what we see happening in our lives, or how we see what is happening in our lives, comes from the previous experiences we've had and the beliefs we hold about those previous experiences. Those beliefs we hold may or may not be truth, right? Haven't you had that happen a lot? May or may not be truth. We tend to think that the beliefs we hold are founded in reality. However, our beliefs have grown from our experiences and our reactions to them, right? And we hold a lot of beliefs. The sun rises in the east and it sets in the west. That's an example of a belief, right? That's a belief we all hold. Seems to be right on. I believe it. I've never found any evidence to the contrary. It's a valid belief. Might even be a truth. Maybe. Now, what about, if I do that, I'm going to definitely screw it up. Okay, that's also a belief. It's not a rational belief. Ernest Holmes, in his home lesson study course, said this. He said, the very creative power within us that can cause us to feel that wholeness, that self-expression, that happiness, creates all of our misery. Back of all of the negation is our ignorance. We are ignorant of our own true spiritual nature and the intimate relationship we have with the divine. And that's what caused us to think, oh yeah, I'm not good enough, or I'm going to screw up, or whatever. A negative belief is a mistaken conviction. It's a mistaken conviction. It's not based in truth, but it is part of the misery we can create for ourselves, isn't it? It is fear thought, and fear is not truth. You know, we cannot speak the word of God as a lie. That's really what all of this is, right? When we are speaking in our limited beliefs, when we are speaking out of fear, when we're speaking out of lack, when we're speaking out of all of those misconceptions, we're trying to speak the I am as a lie. God won't have it, right? Spirit won't have it. We must hold truth. Ernest Holmes said, the basis of all mental healing is a change in our belief. Since the subjective mind tends to create all beliefs impressed upon it, think about that. The subjective mind tends to create all beliefs impressed upon it. It doesn't judge. It doesn't it does not discern, right? It follows that in mental healing, the whole object is to change the belief, right? We believe in illness, we must believe in wellness. If we are believing in lack, we must believe in abundance. If we believe in ignorance, we must believe in wisdom. We must change the belief in order to change the outpicturing, right? Because remember, our beliefs are formed what? By our experiences, our previous experiences. Things happen to us, through life, and we form beliefs based on them. Something happens, I experience some emotion because of it. I could be thrilled, I could be depressed, I could be whatever, right? I experience some emotion because of it. It sets up a feeling in me, an actual visceral feeling, and then I form a belief based on that experience. Now, that belief may or may not be based in truth, right? Because it's based in an experience we had. Step on a crack, you break your mother's back. How many of those, right? When you were a little kid. Superstition. Superstition. I don't hold with superstitions. I don't even have regular stitions, let alone super ones. It is our job to root out our beliefs, examine them, question them, understand why. Understand why and where and how they got to be there to begin with. How they got formed, whether or not they benefit us now, in the present. Because if they don't, they are limiting our experience of life. And what do we want to change them with? Because a lot of the beliefs we have are just meaningless. They're just based on previous experiences we have. They're not truth, right? What are you going to change them with? That's the me part of me, myself, and I am, right? That's the me. That's the work we each have to do ourselves to clean up our own act. Stay awake and aware and present as to why we do what we do, so that we can be our authentic selves in the world. I have to know where my buttons are, because when somebody pushes them, and I light up, and I can say, okay, well, where did this come from? Why do I react like this? What is in me that is still unhealed that I think somebody else has a big effect on me, right? Nobody has an effect on you. Nobody makes you mad or happy or glad or sad. What they do is they touch that button and they light you up, and you react however you react because of your previous experiences, not because of what's happening right in the room. So we're here to go in there and analyze those, right? We don't want our past experiences to be controlling our present reactions. When we heal ourselves, when we heal those buttons, when we disconnect them, then the next person that goes, nah, 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 you go, yeah, whatever, go ahead. Do what you're going to do. And it doesn't bother us because we've healed that. Somebody says something about my lack, or somebody says something about my ugliness, or somebody says something about how I'm too short to be a minister. Somebody said that. God, I love people. Anyway, and it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. You can hold that opinion, right? It doesn't bother us anymore because we've done the healing work. It is my job. It is your job. It is each one of our jobs to meet the world whole, healed, and complete, right? And we can't do that if we're constantly reacting to what other people say. We have to do the inner work ourselves. We have to become perfect, like Jesus said, right? Become perfect as the Father. Become perfect in our understanding of our divine self, right? I have to become perfect in my understanding of my divine self. Because when my divine self meets your divine self, there is nothing but love. There is nothing but love. What comes between us are the conditions, are the earthbound things, the ego things, you're not giving me you're not meeting my needs stuff, all of those things that get between us. You're trying to take my good. I need to keep it all for myself. You're trying to steal my good. All of those things, they're all ego things, and we absolutely have to touch those within us, bring them to the surface, look at them, hold them out there, and like, wow, this is my insecurity. This is my insecurity where I need to make you different so that I can feel safe. Okay, well, how's that working for you? That's like there's an old Buddhist story, I think, I don't know, let's call it that, about how the barefoot man wanted to cover the whole earth in leather. This is kind of what we do, isn't it? When we're trying to make everybody else change so that we can feel comfortable. Same thing, barefoot man trying to cover the earth in leather. Just put your shoes on, dumbass. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, did not mean that. But you know what I'm saying, right? You cannot change everybody out there so you'll feel better. The work has to be done within first. The me work has to be done. I need to heal myself so that when somebody does say something unskilled, like I just did, it doesn't bother anybody. It doesn't bother anybody. And the first and the greatest truth we must rely on is God is one, right? And that is the first core concept in this faith philosophy we hold so dear. God is one. There's one thing happening here. Spirit is expressing as every single one of us. There is only one. And we are made in the image and likeness of it. And when we believe God is love, and I'm hoping you do, that's also part of that whole first core concept. When we believe God is one and God is love, that means we are as well. And if we are as well, then that's our, what did they say in Star Trek? I can't remember what it is, our divine mission or something. Prime directive. That is our prime directive, to be love in the world. If we realize God is all there is and we're that, then that, and God is love, then that's our job. We are to be love. And Ernest Holmes said this in the relationship of love and gratitude. Oh, I love this. You're going to love this. The relationship of love and gratitude was an article Ernest Holmes wrote in his Uplift magazine in 1918. That was the first magazine that Ernest Holmes published before the Science of Mind magazine. I love that. Anyway, I think there was like a couple of years of them, right, in the archives. Anyway, he said, "We have a perfect right then to love the reflection of the Almighty. Not only the right, but it is our duty to do so." And what is the reflection of the Almighty? We are. We are, all of us, right? It is our perfect right to love the reflection, not only a perfect right, but a duty to love the reflection of the divine. And what's the reflection of the divine? But all of us. All of us. He goes on to say this: after we have gotten ourselves right in love and gratitude and appreciation of our own ability, we ourselves must be lifted up. We cannot lift others up until we first lift ourselves up. Then, after we have lifted ourselves up through this principle of love, we must ask ourselves what is our duty towards society in our relationship to other people. This is the kind of myself part, right? Me, myself. Okay, because we are the outpicturing of the beloved itself, we are the reflection of that perfect life that Spirit is, we should love ourselves as we love Spirit. We are that, right? And then Jesus said the same thing, right? We love God, we love ourselves as that, we love our neighbor as we love ourselves. This is all one thing. It is all the one thing. And after we have gotten ourselves right in our own self-love, like Ernest Holmes said, what do? What do we love our neighbors? That's what we do. We love our neighbors as ourselves. It's in Leviticus 19:9, and also Jesus said it again in, well, he was probably quoting Leviticus anyway, but in Matthew, it's said again, right? Love God, love your neighbors as yourselves. There you go. And so it's love, 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 love. We must have self-love, we must have love for the Creator, we must have love for each other. This is the relationship of the self to the self in others. In the Science of Mind textbook, Ernest Holmes said, one of the first things to do is to love everybody. If you have not done this yet, begin to do so at once. I love that. It's nothing else. Just begin to love everybody. That's all you need to do. And when you love yourself as the incarnation of Spirit that you are, you love others as the incarnation of Spirit that they are. We begin to see God everywhere and as everyone and in everyone. And when we are aligned with that, when we are aligned within ourselves and with each other and to the divine that is in all and through all, then when we speak our word, it has power. Do you see where this is all going? It's all moving toward the I am. Because when you are aligned with this, and you are speaking only truth, and you are speaking only love, and you are aligned within yourself and to others as the divine itself, when we speak our word, when we speak our I am, it has power. It has power to move mountains, right? And that's another thing that they said. When we are aligned, that means we can't hold anything against anybody. And man, it's really tempting to right now, isn't it? But you have to go through that. I think you have to go through that part first before you can get to this. Sometimes the humanness of what is going on around us takes our attention, right? We go automatically, we go right to it, and we go right to what's wrong with it. And we have to heal that within ourselves before we can move up to the truth of the I am. You know, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all who are created equal exactly? Okay, so we have to move from that to what is the truth of us? What is the truth of us, right? We have to see God in everyone, as everyone. And when we are aligned within ourselves, and when we are aligned with each other, and when we hold nothing against anyone, when we are pure love, and we speak our word, mountains move. Because why? Because we're speaking truth. We're not speaking a lie. We said before, God does not work in a lie. So it doesn't matter how strong and how beautiful and how poetic and how flowery your prayer is. If you're holding something against anybody, don't expect it to have much of an effect. That's really what we're saying here. You're holding anything against anybody, your prayers fall flat. You're not speaking truth. When we are aligned, spirit, soul, body, thoughts, emotions, feelings, when we are loving everything and everyone and every tree and every bush and every fish, when we are in love with the world itself, with all of creation, when we speak our word, we are speaking I am, and mountains move. And this is what we mean when we say spirit is both eminent and transcendent. It is within us. It is within everyone. It is within everything, every plant, every rock, every animal. The energy that has animated us animates everything. The energy that has created the universe and continues to create, continues to change it and grow things and destroy things, and galaxies come and go and stars burst and leave, and that whole dynamic process of the manifest universe that spirit is continuously creating. Right? That is spirit. That's God. And that is the action within us as well. Within us as well. And when we are aligned with it, we are powerful. When we are aligned with it and nothing else, we are powerful. Ernest Holmes, he had a talk, Ancient Hells and Modern Devils. I love it. He gave it at the Wiltern Theater in 1937. He said, our chief endeavor is to try to discover the relationship of the individual to the universe in which we all live. In such degree as we discover this relationship and how to use it, what we call the problems of life will begin to disappear. Because problems arise as a byproduct of ignorance as to what to do. It is important then for us to fully awaken, to fully accept our spiritual nature as the truth of us, to align fully body, mind, spirit, thoughts, beliefs, feelings, and align it all with truth. Align it all as the truth of us. It is the truth of us. God is love. And there cannot be anything else motivating us to move except love. And then when we speak from the I am, we move mountains. There's nothing standing in our way because there is only truth. God is truth. God is love. God is all there is. We are that. Thank you.
It scares me to think how many Alan Turnings there were that didn't get the chance that a church like Vision could have presented them and support that this church gives. So I hope this song that we're going to do becomes an earworm for anybody who's feeling less than accidentally or by people who just try to do that, the Supreme Court. But if you're feeling less than, let this song be the earworm that you hear all week, okay? Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again? Do you ever feel so paper thin, like a house of cards, one blow you're caving in? Do you ever feel already dance for you, 'cause there's a spark in you. You just ignite your light and let it shine on the night like the 4th of July. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky. Oh, baby, you're a firework. Come on, show them what you're worth. Make them go, oh, oh, oh. You're gonna leave them all in awe. You don't have to feel you're a waste of space. You're original. You cannot be replaced. If you only knew what the future holds. After a hurricane, there comes a rainbow. You're the reason why all the doors are closed, but you can open one that leads you to a brighter road. Like a lightning bolt, your heart will glow, and when it's time, you'll know. You just ignite your light and let it shine. Just on the night, like the 4th. Everybody up! Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky. Sing it with me if you know it. Baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, oh, oh, oh. You're gonna leave them all in awe. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. You're even brighter than the moon, moon, moon. It's always been inside of you, you. And now you let it come on through. Oh, baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, oh, 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 as you shoot across the sky. Oh, baby, you're a firework. Come on, let your colors burst. Make them go, oh, oh, oh. You're gonna leave them all in awe. Boom, boom, boom. You're even brighter than the moon, moon, moon. Boom, boom, boom. You're even brighter than the moon, moon, moon. Don't forget it. And do we not love our little pocket preacher, Patti?
Well, so many fun stuff here. So much of it. So much good stuff here. Thank you all for being a part of this Vision community. Wow. You know, if you weren't here, we'd be missing your energy. You know, that's really what it is. I love it. Anyway, it is time for, I don't know, something. Divine Circle. It is time for our conscious circulation. Thank you so much for supporting us, particularly through, you know, it's been a real wild ride the last couple of years, hasn't it? It's like none of us have ever been through this before, so we're making it up as we go along. I love that you're in for the ride. I love that you are here. You're sharing your energy with us, which is just delightful. You know, it just takes all of us. Open, diverse community of loving souls who just know that love is the truth between all of us. So thank you for that. We're going to talk about prayer right now. Okay. I am so grateful, knowing that God is abundance and we are that, and awakening to this idea of limitless abundance flowing in and through and around our lives. And as we awaken to that more and more, we see more and more of it around us. We actually walk into that river of God's abundance knowing that God is abundant, and so are we. We are made after the image and likeness, so it is a truth for us as well. And as we stand in that river of God's abundance, we accept gratefully, we give graciously, we continue in that cycle of eternal return, knowing that giving and receiving, two sides of the same activity. And I know it is done in love and thanksgiving. And I give great thanks for this, and I simply let it be. And so it is.
So it is.
Minutes. I have several miracle minutes. This one's from Jill. She said last week she filled out a practitioner request form for prayer for a young friend who was having throat surgery to remove a thyroid carcinoma. And the surgery was supposed to take about 5 hours. It took 8. The doctor warned the wife that the surgery was extremely intricate. It might be necessary to have follow-up radiation. And the next morning, it was evident the surgery was a success. No radiation required, and he was released to go home by lunch. So, yay, we love that. Demonstrations of answered prayer, just opening up to allow Spirit to flow through us. And this from Robin. She said, I love you. She said, I spent hours in the emergency room, got there at 10 a.m. Urgent care was awful. So many people are in pain. I was surrounded by that energy. You know how that is, right, when you're surrounded by pain. And she said, here I am with a dog bite. So sorry about your little friend. And Rich, her husband, was by her side the whole time. And she said, all these people were around her. And she said, when the nurse finally called her name and asked her how she was, she couldn't help herself. And she blurted out, I am radiant, vibrant, and dynamic. She said, I made sure everybody heard me. She said that it brings great joy to the doctors and the staff there that were surrounding her, and it made her feel good, and she's home, and she's here. I'm so excited. And she can't do anything with her right hand, so we'll just support her in that. And she said as she turned to leave all those unhappy people, she knew that that was her miracle minute, to go to the next stage of urgent care. She said, as she lifted up her bandaged and bloody hand, I am radiant, vibrant, and dynamic, and so are you. And I'm sure you healed everyone in that room by that absolute positive affirmation. So thank you for sharing that. And that's what it's all about, knowing the truth, right? Knowing the truth right there, in the middle of the condition. And so that's what I want you to know as well. I know I've been poking at the Supreme Court decision, and I want you to know I'm not really very happy with it. That's my human, that's my human response. I'm not really happy with it. I know that line about we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, but now it wasn't really all men, was it? It was only white, landowning men. So there's a lot of people with targets on them right now. All you people that rent, watch out, right? All those people that are women, all those people of color. I mean, we never had that ability to rule, right, and to vote and to create laws for a long, long time. So what we need to do is rise to that level, right, that we were talking about, to rise to the I am, to love each and every one of us, and to know truth, only truth, and to speak only truth, because that I am, that's the powerful place for us to be, right? Not in reaction, but in response. Yeah, thank you. And now I believe it is the last word, right? Time for the last word. See, now I thought I got the last word, but I never get the last word. No, I do get the last word.
I love you, Reverend Patti. She just says it's called the last word, but we all know, Hello, everybody online. I want to say to you, we are celebrating our 1 year back in this room this week, so glad you're here. I want to thank everybody who came today. We threatened you, we guilted you last week, we sent emails out to you, and thank you for responding, you guys. The energy in the room is just so amazing. Thank you for being here. Ria Carey keeps bringing it every single time she's here. Love all of you for being here. And everybody online, thank you for being with us as well. If you can come in the room, come spend some time with us. Today, we are having hospitality led by many of the people in this room who brought food. Thank you very much if you guys have brought something. Larry said it's ethnic food, actually, so it's supporting, because we are from all over the world, we brought ethnic food this week. So if you want to sit around and spend some time with us afterwards, break some bread and have some food with us. Love to have you here and stick around. Thank you for being with us. Online, if you're online, you can join our online community for our Vision Meet and Greet. Love to say hello to you there. We have a practitioner available for one-on-one prayer. Love to see you there in our group. So we have a class that's starting up, Vocal Freedom with Mr. James Vandenberg. It's starting up Tuesday evenings, July 12th. James, I want you to come over here and say something real brief about what we're doing in that class.
For so many years, I struggled with my voice like you wouldn't believe. Tension, all kinds of stuff going on. Nothing seemed to work. And it wasn't even till beyond graduate school that finally I found some things that really helped free the voice of tension and strain. It was like someone turned on a microphone. Someone just expanded my range almost overnight. And there's just each week, for 6 weeks, we'll focus on just one element, and I've designed a special vocal workout to help you work on and allow that to be free in your own voice. So come and join me. There's a sign up on the wall. It's online. It's on everywhere, but it's a lot of fun, and I promise you won't have to sing in front of me, but you will be doing stupid, silly, crazy things.
I can attest to the stupid, silly things. We always do it at choir practice, and we're all over here doing these silly little things, motions, and you don't get to see James's face when he's over here when we're singing. Oh my God. It's surprising we can actually sing, because I'm laughing half the time inside my little heart. So join James for that. Reverend Patti's got a class coming up, and it's called The Positive Side of the Street. It's going to be on Monday, July 18th and 19th. What she's doing is, on Monday evenings, it's in person, right here in our space. On Tuesday evening, it's online. So those of you online can join Reverend Patti for that. She's going to talk a little bit more about specifics of that class and what it's all about. But it's a 5-week book study. Join Reverend Patti for that, and you can sign up online for either one or both. She says, if you sign up for Monday and have to miss, you can come to Tuesday's class. So she's kind of making it a worthwhile thing for you on that. On Saturday, July 23rd, we are having a workshop right here in this space, and it's wills, trusts, and estate planning. What we're doing in this workshop is we're inviting the first 25 people to sign up, and we're going to go through and talk a lot about wills, your trusts, the end-of-life stuff. We really want you to have all your documents and everything put together, because we've had experiences that said, we all don't have them all put together the way we want. And so we invite you to be there. Please go to our website, sign up for this. We want you in the room, and we've got attorney Sherilyn Lim, who's going to be with us, our own attorney, Mr. Michael Leslie. We have Gene Phillips, who's going to be here with us, Reverend Gene. So we're putting together a good team of people who are going to share in that information with you. We want you to walk out of this room with as much information as you possibly can about all of that. And I'm so happy we're doing it, because I don't want to go through anything of that stuff I did the last 3 years. So thank you very much there. And it's free. And it's at 9 a.m. in the morning. So Saturday morning, 9 a.m. right here in this room. But sign up for us, because of the first 25 are going to be able to come in and be a part of that. Next week, Reverend Patti Paris will be back. Her talk title is The Divine Dance. Are you going to be dancing, Reverend Patti? No, no dancing. We have Marcus Gilliland, who's going to be singing with us for us too, and the house band will be with us. So good stuff. Love Marcus. And guess what, guys? It's the beginning of the month, and if your birthday's in July, stand up. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear July. Happy birthday to you. All of our 4th of July babies tomorrow, and Lucy and Billy and Dave Chavez and Julian Kirko. I mean, we got more 4th of July birthdays than any day we have. So happy birthday, everybody. Blair, do we have cake today? He just made a face. So for those of you online, he made a... So, what kind of cake do we have today, Larry? Red velvet cake. So thanks a lot, guys. We hope to see you guys next week. Thank you.
We ready to stand up and say some affirmations and just heal ourselves? Ourselves. Like, get it? Not selves, but cells. All right, never mind. Heal ourselves and our molecules and everything else. We have them up there. Oh, yay. Okay, let's do this thing. These are wonderful affirmations. You ready? I live, move, and have my being in pure spirit. The spirit in me is alive, awake, and aware. I am. Oh my gosh, powerful. Okay, just saying those words is, let's say that again. The last one, you ready? I am. And see how that is a declaration of the truth of us. And so whatever you add on after that is your affirmation. So you want to say, I am healthy, I am vibrant and dynamic, I am alive and living and perfectly healthy. Whatever you put in after the I am. So let's say it again. You ready? I am. Oh, such power, such power. Giving over to spirit right here, right now, knowing the truth of us, that there is only one thing happening. There is the activity of spirit. It is showing itself, it is living itself through us and as us. It is all life everywhere. We know that all life is some part of the life of God. So we know it is blessed and whole. We know it is holy. And we know the same thing for us, that we are as well. Giving great thanks for this morning, for this community, for the open hearts right here, for the open hearts of our Vision community online, for knowing that there is only one of us. I give great thanks. I simply know it as truth, and so it is.